My husband said I was paranoid about his coworker. Then I came home early and found her wearing my robe in our kitchen. For 6 months, he'd been telling me I was imagining things, that Brooke from accounting was just friendly, that I was being insecure and controlling when I asked why they texted so much. He made me feel crazy for noticing how often her name came up at dinner, how his phone lit up with her messages at midnight, how he'd started coming home late every Thursday after their team meetings. I'd stop bringing it up because every time I did, he'd turn it around, make it about my trust issues, my jealousy, my problems. That morning, I'd left for my dentist appointment like usual. The receptionist called halfway through my drive to say my dentist was sick. I turned around and came home thinking I'd surprise my husband with lunch. His car was in the driveway, so was hers. I walked in through the garage, quiet because I wanted it to be a surprise. The house smelled like my vanilla perfume, the one he'd given me for our anniversary. As I rounded the corner into the kitchen, there she stood, barefoot, hair wet from my shower, wearing my silk robe, the expensive one my mom had given me. She was making coffee in my French press. "Oh," she said when she saw me, not startled, not embarrassed, just mildly inconvenienced, like I was interrupting her morning routine. I couldn't speak. My brain couldn't process what I was seeing. This woman had showered in my bathroom, put on my robe, and was now making coffee in my kitchen like she lived there. "This isn't what it looks like," my husband said, appearing from the hallway. He was wearing sweatpants I didn't recognize. His hair was also wet. "Really?" I heard myself say. "Because it looks like your coworker is wearing my clothes in my house while you're both fresh out of the shower." Brooke set down the coffee mug, my favorite mug with the sunflowers. "I can explain," she started. "Don't," I said, my voice steadier than I felt. I looked at my husband. "How long?" "It's not like that," he said. "How long?" He hesitated. That hesitation told me everything. 8 months. 8 months. I'd been raising his suspicions for 6, which meant he'd already been sleeping with her when he started calling me paranoid. When he suggested I see a therapist for my trust issues. When he convinced me I was the problem. "I'm calling a lawyer," I said, turning to leave. "Wait," my husband grabbed my arm. "Can we please talk about this like adults?" I looked down at his hand on my arm, then at Brooke still standing in my kitchen wearing my robe. "Get out," I said quietly. "Both of you, now." "This is my house too," he protested. I pulled out my phone and opened my email. 6 months ago, when things started feeling wrong, I'd forwarded myself copies of everything. Bank statements showing the hotel charges, phone records, emails. I'd been documenting everything, even while he gaslit me into thinking I was imagining it. "Actually," I said, holding up my phone, "this house is in my name only, something your lawyer is going to have a fun time explaining to you. So I'll ask one more time, get out." He stared at me, realizing I wasn't the fool he thought I was, that while he'd been busy convincing me I was crazy, I'd been quietly building my case. Brooke grabbed her things from the bedroom, my bedroom. As they left, she had the audacity to try handing me my robe. "Keep it," I said. "Burn it for all I care." After they drove away, I sat on my kitchen floor and cried, not because I'd lost him, but because I'd wasted 8 months loving someone who'd spent that time making me doubt my own sanity. Then my phone buzzed, a text from an unknown number. "Call me, I'm Brooke's husband." I couldn't fit what happens next in this short video. Watch the rest down below.